Howdy all, and welcome to part 6 of the playthrough of Dune Awakening. If you watched the last video, you'll know that we did the missions and the journeys that took us out to the wreck of the Alcyon, and on the way we picked up the first piece of Aaron's armor set. Since then, I've gone back and I've managed to get the gloves, the boots, and the chest piece. I'm still missing the pants and the hood. So we're going to go after that again today, but then we're coming back and we're going to do the missions and the journeys that are in the Imperial Testing Station, number 2, which is actually on the way to getting the Aaron's armor pieces, but we'll do a little backtracking. So you may notice that the game looks a little bit different now in this particular playthrough. Since I recorded the last video and this video, I upgraded my graphics card from an old AMD RX 580 to an Intel A770 with 16 gigs of video RAM. It is somewhere between the equivalent of an RTX 4060 and 4070, but you probably can't see in the corner because it's probably pretty small, but the very upper left corner I have the display that Steam allows you to put up into your videos, and I'm running right now 62, 61 frames per second. Now, nothing's happening. I'm inside my base. But I consistently get between 54 and 66 frames per second, running everything at, on average, high, with a couple of things at medium. So it's so much better. I die less. I still die, but I die less because I don't have the drops down into literally the single-digit frame rates that I used to have. So you'll notice that this will look a lot better. Or at least I hope it'll look a lot better. All right, so let me make sure I've got everything I need. I've got plenty of bandages. I've got the armors. I've got Karpov's, the Karpov 38. I've got Kalef's drinker. Let's see. Improvised blood extractor. I've got 3 small blood sacks to get plenty of blood. I think I'm good to go. Alright, so east. Let me just make absolutely sure I know where I'm going here. Yes. Alright. And again, I think I'll do this like I did the last time. I'm going to just cut out this section so you don't see me do the run all the way over. I'll pick it up again when I stop to pick up the Imperial... Actually, when I get to the Aaron's armor place. Because I'll then run back to the Imperial Testing Station and the Planetologist, where I'll pick up the Planetologist mission as well. Alright, so I will see you guys in a bit. Alright folks, welcome back. I realized that I actually ran all the way across here and killed the 2 people here in this camp without having said anything about it, so apologies for that. Let's get your stuff and get your water. I think I'm going to use that terminology from now on, because that's the way they refer to it in the game. And even though, you know, the tool I'm using is called the blood extractor, and that is exactly what I'm doing, I kind of like the less gruesome terminology. Oh, I jumped onto the wall already. All right, well, let's climb up here. As you may recall, you get up here... to find the chest that has the Aaron's armor pieces in it. A couple of more little ledges to climb up over. I said, there we go. All right. Boots. I already have the boots, right? Yeah, I need the pants and the hood. All right. Well, it's valuable stuff. I'll take it. All right. Now, I play a bunch of different characters, and I have to remember which ones actually have um, a good suspensor belt, like the Emperor's Wings, and which one doesn't. And this one doesn't yet. I don't think, right? Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to run back, and again, I'm going to cut, and hopefully I'll remember to jump in at the right point, which will be showing you where the entrance to the testing station number 2 is, and then we'll go past that and show you how to get up to the planetologist. So see you in a bit. Okay, folks, welcome back again. That is the entrance to the Imperial Testing Station number 2. You can see around me what it looks like to come up into this space. I'll show you on the map. You can see I am right there at the very south of the spread of this particular ridge. But where I'm going to go is over here to the west, through this area. Oh, and by the way, if you're doing this at night and the Sardaukar ship's around, it's a great place to hide. You can see there's a clearly delineated, with torches and so on, pathway through here. But if you are coming in from the west, which I did when I initially ran over, you'll see the wreck of this old craft. And that'll tell you to look up and find this pathway. It's not a particularly long run up here, and once you've found the pathway, you don't, there's not like a bunch of different ways you can go. There's a gate, you go through the gate. That's, pretty clear. You look around, you'll see there's another gate. That's probably where you need to go, and in fact it is. Oh, and there we go. We're at Chinara's camp.
Watch your step, stranger. Those plants are hard to grow out here, and harder to replace. Now, you don't look like the scrap rats that swarm around the place, and you don't look like one of the crazies from the lab. So what brings you here?
I think I'm gonna go with Yeah, I don't want to tell him I'm looking for the Fremen. You know what? I think I will this time. I don't usually do that. Let's see what he says.
The Fremen? Kynes mentioned them to me in a letter. I was looking forward to meeting them, but by the time I got to Arrakis, they had been wiped out.
And it would be interesting to see what he knows about the character from the books and movies, Kynes. But we're going to go...
Derek Chinara, planetologist, botanist, and political exile, I'm afraid. I've been stuck out here for a while. I learned the hard way. Never say the wrong thing to someone from Kaitain. Cyprian Io. I loathe that name. Barely a planetologist at all. To think of the legacy of the Kynes in the hands of this fop makes me sick.
All right, I would like to learn from you.
I would gladly teach you, but there is something I must do. Perhaps we can help each other out.
And what do you need?
You look like something that stumbled out of a shipwreck. I don't have any way to pay. Unless you're interested in a planetary ecology lesson?
Well, that's kind of why I'm here.
That's easy. Somewhere in the station is a manifest containing a full log of the supplies that were sealed within. Bring me the manifest. Be careful. The people in that lab are... odd. I hadn't gone very far into the lab when some of them charged at me, screaming and brandishing knives. They were covered in gore. I ran.
I'm just going to say goodbye so we can get to the mission. All right, so I picked up... Oh, I leveled up. So I picked up that mission. I'm going to check my contracts here. I have the Planetologist Basics, the Vial Retrieval, and the Scrap Metal. Yeah, all right. So I have, I think, all of them that I need. And to speed things up, I think I'm going to just try to jump right down here. Yeah, so right there, where my reticle is the entrance area. Oh, didn't have anything to grab onto. Oh well. I don't want to burn any of my heal kits because I'm going to need them for sure. And to have the most amount of stamina, let's drink. And before I get in there, we'll change over to my Sword of Aaron's stuff. There's my armor set. All right. So you don't actually encounter anybody for a decent amount of time as you're going into this. You will run across bodies. And I could get the blood from them, but I'm actually going to get the blood from the people I kill, because they actually give you more blood per use of the tool. Here, I said I was going to use water. Than these sort of desiccated bodies that have been sitting here for a while do. All right, you got to pick up this identification band, which just opened that up. I guess I should have looked over there. That was closed. You see now I've officially entered the station. There is a recorder here, and I'm not going to play it. As you get further along in here, these get increasingly just full of people screaming insanities, and it's pretty unpleasant, I find. So if you're going through this yourself, you can actually go in and get all of the You know, here, all of the lore stuff that's in there, I find it kind of icky. But you see lots and lots of dead bodies, many of them in positions you're pretty sure they didn't want to put themselves in. Oh, and there are water stations around here too, so you can top up on your water as you're going through here, which is very helpful. And you've got this solido projection right here. And you can see that means we're about to
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor,
potentially
Dr.
reach some people.
The ultimate mission of these stations is to find or engineer botanical species capable of
Go into
thriving
here.
in extremely arid conditions.
There's a very useful.
A true challenge, as I'm sure any visitor who has traveled through the barren rocks and sand above it would
All
agree.
right.
Our first task has been the installation
a-
and testing of root trap units, capable of reclaiming moisture from the atmosphere. I'm pleased to report complete success, both in the installation and functioning of these devices.
Not really a swordmaster kind of way of fighting, but
Is a testament to
you go with what works. I know there's more people in here. All right. Nothing. Well, we'll take your water. I can hear ya. I hear ya. Alright, I think that may have been the only other one in here. Another water station there. Let's load up. Wrong. Again, if you want to listen to it, there's another one right there. Be my guest. It's a lot of people saying weird things and screaming and so on. I know there's more than just one of you in here. Well, maybe not. There you are. Always get all of their goodies. There's this nice little alcove right here, which has, again, all kinds of useful parts. I don't really need the water at this point. And again, I could take the water off these guys, but I'm pretty sure I'll fill up my small blood sacks with the people I actually kill. Somebody right in here. Nope. All right. However, there are people in here. apparently I can't see yet. There we go. That's not a person. There we go. I thought there was a knife fighter here. All right. More water. Time to do a heal. Well, I hear another one. Dude, where are you? I hear you. It might be the people down there. Directly across from where you came in to this room, which has the stairs that goes down. You can see there's that red light there, and there's a doorway. There's some good stuff in there. We'll go in there in a second. That's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, well, I'm full. All right, there we go. Replace some of the heal kits. Alright, here's one of the things you need to get. So that was the poison snooper. There he is. I thought there was a dead body in here. Alright, so now we have to go down the stairs. That's not exactly the way I meant to go down the stairs. All right. Let's try to do this as a... Swordmaster. Oh, that's right. I've got Calef's drinker, and it keeps trying to take their water, which obviously it can't do because I'm all loaded up. More goodies. More goodies. I got all the other goodies before I start going down that way. Yeah, all right. All right, you start here, turn to your left. Useful heal kits in there. Go back. When you move forward, you notice turn to your left, and there's a little down area here. Something blowed up outside with some good stuff. There's often somebody right here that you have to kill. There's some water if you need it, but most importantly, there's this blue identification band. So you come back up into this hallway, and you can see there's people already right here that have to be dealt with. let's have that knife fighter come down and die. And then do the same to this gunner. Nope, nothing on them. Alright. There should be one more person in this little alcove, unless they've already come out. Yeah, that might have been one of the people I fought. Alright. Let's run back here. So, those are the stairs that went down where you get the identification badge. You come up here and you look to the right, and you can see there's that little yellow light strip on that bookcase. It says you can open it, and that is a secret room behind this bookcase. Now, if there are other people, that action will often draw them, like this guy right here. Oh, we got a whole bunch of them. Are we gonna... Whoa. Alright, why am I not attacking? Alright, let's get up here and... swirl. Do the swirl. There we go. Kill as many of them as possible. Swirl only took out one of them. Yeah, we'll do it again. And we'll do it again. Alright, I don't get this. They are not wearing shields. Why did I have such a hard time with them? I'm guessing it's because of there's so many of them that I was getting multiple staggers, which kept me from doing what I really needed to do. But anyway, now that they're all dead, I guess I'd better heal up. Alright, here's another one of the things you need to get. More goodies. More goodies. And that's pretty much it for the secret room. The main reason going in here is to get that other piece. I believe that's for the planetologists. Alright. Now, the last room is right ahead of us there. I'll do another heal. There's some stuff here that you want, like heal kits, but then there's also another treasure chest there. Look, the journey's already rolled over to how to make a sandbike. Alright, this is like the big bad. He's got a shield on, or will have a shield on, so I'm not sure that it's going to do me any good to swap out to try to hit him with an... Oh, I haven't... Have I not unlocked... Oh, I haven't killed all those guys for Gavori. Oh, alright. Well, never mind. In that case, I guess I'd better just go use my, my skills. Apparently I can't... Oh, didn't kill him. There we go. and I stepped into the this jerk. I stepped into the poison cloud. Yeah, if I use the heal kit, it will actually get rid of the poison. All right, yes, that's how you deal with a shielded enemy. You notice I didn't use parry. My timing is so bad, I don't bother. If you hit them enough, you will eventually stagger them. All right, here's the last thing you need for the third contract. In this case, it's actually just a straight-up contract. And here's the final bit of lore information if you want it. Use the identification band to get out of here easily without having to go backtrack through all of that other stuff. And here's the big constellation chest. There's the Emperor's Wing. Or the schematic for how to make it. Alright, so we come back out here and go over to our left, and that door that was closed off is now open because we've got the purple identification band. And you'll see it just basically is a different pathway up. And it comes out at the door that was blocked right here at, again, the solido projection of
I am the station supervisor, Dr.
Rommel Greer.
The ultimate mission of these stations is to find for
Now that blue identification band that you picked up, here we go. This is now open. And there's goodies here. I think that's it. There's goodies there and goodies here. And then we just go back up here to the right and up, because that side is all blocked off with junk. And we're back out at the long staircase. All right, the first one I'm going to do is, obviously since he's the closest, I'll turn in the Imperial Planetologist's quest so I can start learning his stuff. I guess I can put that away, and then do I have the space? I do. I can swap back into my still suit. Gloves. There's my gloves. All right. All right, we'll run over here to the planetologist. I was going to say I could use my Shigawire Claw and just climb, except I haven't done the trooper missions yet. Dang it. I was kind of hoping I would have more of the Aron's armor pieces. Not that any of the trooper missions are particularly challenging. Each one of them, it's one, maybe two people in the moisture-sealed caves that you have to go into to get them. So it's not like you're going into an entire outpost or something where there's, you know, anywhere between a half a dozen to a dozen enemies to fight. It's just one or two. You know, either the person you need to kill or that person and I guess one of their guards, companions, whatever. All right, Chinara.
You've come back. You don't know how rare that is on Arrakis. Have you done as I asked?
And yes, I brought you the medicine, or the manifest. Have to deliver it.
You have? That's incredible. I thought those crazies down there would keep me stuck here forever. Oh, wonderful. Say what you will about the old Empire, but they knew how to keep a record. Yes, of course, I haven't forgotten. Pay attention. Life, all life, is in the service of life.
That's,
There. Though I must confess, I wasn't expecting such an apt pupil. It was more like you were remembering than learning. Odd.
all right. I now have, as you can see, all of this stuff will start popping up there. Now, oh, I leveled up too, or as well. Completed the contract. Come on, show the... And the codex opens up. There we go. I now know how to... I now know the Imperial Testing Station stuff. And the Planetologist Codex. Alrighty. I'm gonna... You know what? I will cut right here and bring you back when we are outside of Griffin's Reach trade post, so you can see me turn in the other elements from the other missions that I had. But there's no point in showing you again that crazy long run. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, welcome back. Here we are just outside of the Griffin's Reach trade post. I'm actually in the garage for Sandbikes and so on, because I was running in the sun and needed to get into the shade. So let's head on up here to the contract board. All right, scrap metal. Deliver the poison snooper. Contact issuer. He's got another contract. So listen, I have another offer for you. If you are looking to do a little trading, I need a few components to restore a sandbike. In decent condition, not falling apart. Interesting that they left the the HTML tags for Italic are still in there. Anyway, I can't pay for them, but I have some other rarer bike parts that I'm willing to exchange in return. So accept the contract. I can't deliver these because I don't have all of them. I actually have some of them that I picked up in the testing station. But move over to the vial retrieval contract. Deliver the items, the mysterious vials. Contact issuer, confirm, and they have no other. So if I click on deliver items, I can deliver. Okay, I got the engine. Let me get out of that. Do I have 2 treads? I know I picked up 1 tread. I have 1 tread. All right. So to finish this contract, I'm going to need to deliver 1 more tread. So going to need to make a tread, so there's no point in delivering that one yet. These don't have to be in good condition. And I lucked out that I got an engine and a tread. So I'm definitely going to go make a tread as part of this whole process of fabricating a sandbike, as you see up there. So those are the 3 I actually had. And they actually did me pretty solid. I've got 9,000 Solari out of, mostly out of those quests. While I'm in here, I can actually learn... No, I don't want to learn Arn's Boots because I have Arn's Boots. I do want to learn the Emperor's Wings. Alright. Okay, I will take a quick rundown. I think we'll end this after I've offloaded everything, but I think we're probably long enough in the video at this point that I don't want to do the whole fabricate a sandbike. I think I'll do that in the next one. I do have to say, the amount of time or the length it takes to show that you've completed all of these contracts where they pop up like that is kind of annoying. It should be faster, I think. so hit the F key to just automatically quick deposit anything that matches anything else that's in there. Nothing. All right. So what else do I have? Okay, all of those things I'm going to destroy, which means I need to make a recycler at some point. Let's get the blood going. Oh. Ah. I see. I need to make some water storage containers. Do I have... I don't have my building tool, or do I? Oh, I do. It's at 5? There we go. Can I make... No, I don't know how to make a water storage container yet. Or a liter John, or... That's a medium water cistern. Don't I know how to make a water cistern yet? Oh, there's a water cistern, and it's locked. Oh, I need to spend 3 more intel points. So what else can I unlock? Okay, well, Sandbike. I guess I'm going to learn it anyway. There we go. 18. I've got to spend 1 more. Oh, I already learned Emperor's Wing, which is right there. Okay, what else can I learn here? What don't I know that's open and available for me to learn? Ooh, probably nothing. Yeah, I don't have anything that I can learn. You know what? That's not entirely true. I could probably, if I learn Aaron's boots and gain a second schematic on that. All right, now. That did not unlock it. Oh, because that didn't... Okay, that sucks. I mean, it's good if you don't spend any intel points if you learn something you already know. And I guess that makes sense. I already know it, so... well, one thing I will do, I guess, is I'll drink up. Anyway. So, I believe that is where I'm going to call it. In the next playthrough, we'll go through fabricating the Sandbike. You know what? It just kills me not having one. Do I have enough stuff to make everything I need? Okay, so to start with, I need to make the power supply and 3 treads, so I'll need to make 4 treads so I can turn another one in, and the chassis. So, to make the power supply is going to require... I got all the copper I need for everything, I think. The question is whether I'm going to have enough particle capacitors. Well, that's not what... Advanced Sandbox? I should have everything I need. Alright, so we'll make the power supply. Yeah, it should be here. Alright. I have to figure out whether or not I... There we go. Emperor's Wing, and we're going to replace that guy. Oop, wrong one again. Vehicle backup tool. Alright, well I need to learn that as part of this set, but... Backseat. Vehicle backup tool. I need to spend... All right, that's annoying. Which means I have to assemble my bike in here and then like drive it through the door. That's stupid. But anyway. All right, so take the welding tool, put it somewhere. All right. So the first thing you need is you put down. It's weird that it's not rotated correctly, but all right. Put down the chassis. Put down the hull. Wrong tread. Put down a tread. Yeah. Another tread. And another tread. And power supply. Come on. All right. Engine. Power supply. Why aren't you showing me where the power supply goes? All right. Okay, now. You'd think that it's all set, except it ain't. There we go. I need a fuel cell that's appropriate for the bike. Like that. All right, and that's why it wants you to do all of this. See, refine a small or medium-sized vehicle fuel cell. That's why you need the small chemical refinery. So, refuel. Boom. Ready to go. I think you actually need to get on the bike, but I guess I have to make the refinery first. So research the small chemical refinery. Oh, hey. Those are the research points I needed. Look at that. So many things opened up. Yes, I want to learn how to make a water cistern. And yes, I want to learn how to make a vehicle backup tool. And there's other things I probably want to learn how to make too. But, let's see. What did I say? 4? No, 5. 5. Refinery. There we go. Small chemical refinery. Doop, doop. Come on. There we go. And I don't need to actually make this stuff because I heard it. Okay, now, yeah. Now it says drive the sand bike.
That's it, Oldworlder. You're ready. I'm waiting at Mirzabar. That's the great rock formation that looks like a giant hammer. Be careful. Vehicles are fast, but nothing can outrun Shai Hulud. You can only hope to get between safe areas more quickly. I'll see you soon.
Alright. So now I've reached the point where it wants me to drive across. Okay. Oh, it's doing that thing. Alright, well, I did drive the bike. And you don't need to see me go turn in the parts for to finish that other quest. So, I'm going to run in, make a vehicle backup tool as my last thing. Assuming I have everything I need, I do. Alright, and we are going to place that, I guess, where the welding tool is. And this is why you want that. aim it at the bike, and there. It stores it somewhere. Where, I have no idea. And frankly, as a nerd, this kind of bothers me that it breaks the immersion of the game kind of completely. If the technology to store things, like that, either break them down and store them in some sort of buffer, which it seems to be what it's doing, like the Star Trek transporter, the implications of that for everything in the Dune universe would be massive. And the only thing you use it for is to store a bike or an ornithopter. Yeah, so. But that's me being a sci-fi nerd, and saying some people didn't think about the implications of the technology. As a game player, the vehicle backup tool is absolutely necessary. Do not make a sand bike without a vehicle backup tool. It's just the handiest thing you can possibly ever do with the bike. So, on that note, folks, thank you very much for joining me on this particular playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on the down below. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That works fine as far as engagement as well. Speaking of engagement, if you have a question on this video, on any of the videos in this series, or anything that Nerd Caliber has posted up, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and or a comment about anything we're doing. And in the meantime, please stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.